We are the Association of Canadian Independent Travel Advisors. There are over 24,000 travel advisors across Canada, and half of us are independent. And what that means is we are small business owners, we are sole proprietors, and 100% of our revenue comes from commissions that we earn from our travel suppliers. Also, 85% of us are female. We are vital to the Canadian economy. Back in 2019, we generated $2.4 billion in revenue for our economy, and that was up $0.1 billion from the year before. Often throughout this pandemic, we've heard the phrase, "We've got your backs," and we've heard promises that we would not be left behind, and yet that is exactly what is happening to independent travel advisors, especially with no sector-specific aid. Even though we've seen the lifting of the level 3 travel advisory, that's only just a beginning. Part of that is because of our delayed revenue stream. As you know, when clients book travel, they usually book 5, 12, or even 24 months in advance. And we don't see revenue until passengers travel. So throughout the last 19, 20 months of the pandemic, we've been busy operating our businesses, supporting our clients, looking after canceled files, future travel vouchers, and assisting with insurance claims, and all this without revenue. We have now been in a zero revenue position for 20 months. We know that it's going to take 5 to 12 months past the lifting of current travel restrictions before we start to see any revenue for future bookings. And when the CRB dropped to $300 a week, that was devastating for independent travel advisors. We know that the CRB could not continue on as it was, but we also know that some sort of aid needs to be extended to sectors such as ourselves that have been hardest hit by this pandemic. And we are desperate for that sector-specific aid. We continue to operate our businesses, and yet we have slipped through the cracks of any government support. For example, the CEBA loan, we have not been able to qualify for that. The Regional Recovery Relief Fund has only been extended to urban independent travel advisors. The HASCAP loan, well, we're not in a financially stable position. How can we take on debt at 4% when we don't know how we're going to pay it back? And in the provinces, even though there are 5 provinces who have received provincial funding for tourism, Ontario is not one of those provinces, and we have been left out of that funding as well. The wage subsidies and the rent subsidies have been extended to hardest hit businesses, which includes storefront travel agencies, but because we are not storefront, we do not qualify. And we know that the government has recognized the need that travel agencies receive aid, but we believe that there's a disconnect and they don't see that we are part of that tourism economy as well. We're just asking for a vehicle, some sort of bridge financing to be extended towards us as independent travel advisors. And we just need to be able to bridge that gap and until we start seeing the revenue for the bookings that we are now making. We also see a lot of mixed messaging from the government. Even though the level 3 travel advisory has been lifted, we're hearing for example, from Dr. Tam, that Canadians should not be traveling. And yet that travel advisory was lifted. So Canadians are receiving mixed messaging, and that just leads to less confidence in booking travel.
We also know that clean and touchless procedures are now in place with the airlines and the cruise lines, along with masking and safe distancing. And because of the Prime Minister's mandate for no travel unless fully vaccinated. So what we feel is that the cruise travel advisory needs to be lifted, and fully vaccinated passengers should be able to test on arrival with an antigen test. We are devastated, but we are worth investing in. The travel advisor sector of the travel industry, both independent and storefront, is crucial to the regrowth of the economy in Canada. Travel is the #1 luxury item that Canadians have missed the most throughout this pandemic, and they're anxious to get back to traveling. And our expertise on the ever-changing requirements show more than ever how invaluable a travel advisor is. We've been helping our clients wade through the ever-evolving travel requirements and the changes, and we contribute significantly to the Canadian economy. In conclusion, we need your support. We're hoping that you will speak on our behalf. We need urgent sector-specific aid, not just for tourism, but for travel advisors who are small business owners. Incoming and outgoing travel are equally important to the vibrancy of the Canadian economy. And we would also like based decisions on evidence. So lower the level 4 cruise advisory and remove return testing PCR requirements for vaccinated travelers with a move to antigen testing. The way that I'd like to describe it is we feel that we have been forced to run a marathon, and at every water station, we feel like we don't qualify for the water that we need to finish the race. And the water is running out and we're running dry. I'd like to thank you for your time, and we would love the opportunity to meet with you.